Hey everybody, welcome back to Everyone's Ace Combat, an anime isekai in which we are subjected to the hell of using your mechs in pre-existing missions designed by our creators from software. Welcome everybody. Crow, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
Can you smell the gunpowder?
Yeah, do you want to take an AC test, CJ?
What? No, I didn't study. What? Hey, wait, no! I was about to make a joke about having a stroke, but it turns out I'm having a nightmare instead. Am I in my underwear? This is a test? Am I gonna pass?
Well, we'll see, because there's currently nothing on the,
oh, you're using the Dong's mech! You're still using the Dong's mech!
Well, yeah, of course, because we don't have access to, like, any parts to basically make everyone's fucking nightmare designs that they've submitted in the thread and the YouTube comments so far.
Thank you for those, by the way. They've been really wonderful, actually. And I am excited to see what this is, because I hardly ever messed with the open AC training, Devil May Cry style enemy arena spawner. Can you spawn anything you fought? Anything in the game?
Yeah, the generic stuff mainly. So for MTs and helicopters, yeah, you just get these the Baus mass-produced like little biped stuff and the helicopters from the first couple missions of the game. And so, like you saw there, you can turn the AI on and off. So you can just turn it off, just have them sit there, do nothing. So you can spawn in a tetrapod, which we will be seeing one of these up close in a little more detail in one of the missions coming up. But
he's so friendly. Look at him. Oh, he's so friendly. Look at him with the big giant spotlight, letting you know exactly where he's aiming, like some kind of tutorial element. It's brilliant. I love that you already are the size of 10 people, meaning he is the size of like 20 people.
Probably. Although, yeah, so now you can turn the AI on,
oh, God!
and suddenly he's not so friendly anymore.
No, he's not!
So,
you made the crab angry! Oh, chuck that crab! Oh!
Yep. Take that, motherfucker.
Oh, these things are really weak to melee damage, which most enemies of this size are. It's stupid, but in a good way, that your melee is so powerful in Armored Core. I love that it is. Because it's not like you're hitting them with a baseball bat, it's a laser energy sword, so it like shorts them out or fucking whatever they need to justify it, it's awesome.
Yep. So yeah, this is just, again, a taste of what you'll be experiencing over the course of especially the early missions, where like it's not entirely indicative because like the stuff in the training arena is a little bit nerfed compared to what you'll be actually facing in, like, real combat situations, but,
they made it so that any weapon combination can beat these enemies here in the fictional world, because in the real world, it might not be so easy and you'll have to adapt. That's why they let you have arms and shoulders, is so that you can bring, I don't know, any different combination of armament you want. And this lets you just have a playground to fuck around until you find whatever you like the best. I like it a lot. I think it's really cool.
Or just basically, fuck around till you find out what works best, or just basically just, you know, figure out how weapons actually work, because, like, a lot of the armaments you get, like, are kind of non-indicative.
No, it's true.
Of, like,
no, hey, I understand. I have had a bouncing plasma grenade and not had any idea how it functions. They do not put front toward enemy on those things. Speaking of which, this is like a mirror match. This guy doesn't have dongs, though.
No, so yeah, this dude's just piloting the standard Melander armor set, the one you don't get if you pre-order the game, just the one that you have to basically buy in the shop. And
Loader 4.
Yeah.
That's like Loader 4.1. He's never going to reach Loader 5. He's just going to increasingly add tenths to the 1 space. So it's like Loader 0.11111.
Or you start getting into, like, alphanumeric shit, so it's like Loader 4.1a.
Like, I mean, you're dominating this poor AC. You haven't even had to heal yet, even though these are nerfs or whatever. Like, ACs are hard to fight because they can dodge like you.
Oh god, yeah, like, trying to hit that motherfucker with, like, a grenade launcher, that is an exercise in madness. But anyway, so you can see there I flipped it to none because, like, the enemies are infinitely respawning when you defeat one of them, so it'll just pop in the next iteration of them.
None AC with left beef.
Mm-hmm. So, and also there's an option there where you can just click into the menu and you can just resupply yourself with armor, weapons, and repair kits as well if you really somehow fuck up against those very nerfed trainers.
Well, it's cool to show this off right at the start of the playthrough when it becomes available. See, before we went into this, I was a little concerned that this was going to take a while because they do tutorialize this for folks whose first AC game it is, like mine was. But when it's not your first AC game, you already know how to go through it pretty quickly, and that makes it take a lot less time than it took me, for example, to learn how it works. So like, hey, good on you, Crow. It turns out that whole pro thing I was giving you props for before is coming into effect.
Yep.
You're actually good at firing grenades in this game.
Thank you. but and also, like, they don't overload you with these, like, training and, like, test parameter stuff. Like, you know, you can go into the test arena basically at your leisure, or not at all if you feel so inclined.
Yeah, they're well paced. And can I say the fun thing? Can I say a fun thing?
Oh, go for it.
So, this game allows you to do these training missions at any point in your playthrough, including after it's over. You actually get reprimanded, let's say, by our new friend Allmind for neglecting to do your training, yet completing the entire video game, and it's very funny as an alternative to the other dialogue.
Yeah, including up to literally, like, if you wait till the last mission of New Game, not just New Game Plus, but New Game Plus Plus, to do all the training, it literally breaks Allmind's fucking machine brain. She's just like, what the fuck? Were you not certified?
And it's such a small example of how this game's dialogue is so intensive and thought out, and how it predicts every scenario possible. I'm sure we'll see some shit that I've never heard before, and I'll explain the alternate that I got or something, like, along the way. This training is a good one. This training, I didn't know how to play this game and defeat shields before it told me that melee breaks them. This one is a useful tutorial where it's just like, hey, motherfucker, you can fly, just go over them. And I was like, I can fly? I can fly!
Yep, and also it's giving you a tiny bit more in-depth training than, like, Walter's crash course in illegal entry, because it also shows that, yeah, you can, like, actually charge your blade and just do, like, a heavy slash attack.
Bro, I also don't have a concussion from being, like, flung into the earth at 1,000 miles an hour.
Well, 621 always has a concussion just from existing. Like, you saw that fucking meat slab on the table.
A living concussion.
Walter, please help me. I'm 100% scar tissue.
I assume this is communicated by wobbling like jello through vibrations.
Got a job for you, 621. We're gonna go see your cardiologist, or we're gonna go see your kinesiologist today. She puts the ointment on me and it makes me feel good.
Okay, in this universe that has very bad implications. Let's not consider, like, what the actual maintenance staff for augments is like. When he slithers out of the AC when it opens up here in the garage, does like a team of people pick him up Kafka-esque style and carry him to a bed?
Probably. I mean, like I said, you saw that sheet of plastic on the table.
What did you do to our gun we just unlocked? I'm sorry.
We'll come back to this later. I made it even more birthday party mode.
What have you done? You enabled Blake birthday mode on the game. Grunt birthday party.
Oh, and also you can see I've augmented the laser blade, so it's got flames on it now too.
You know what would be the dopest thing? I get why they didn't do it. If it edited the color of the blade itself, that would be so sick.
But anyways, we've got our first request of the LP from Cooked Auto.
May I?
So basically, go for it.
Like a bouse.
Yep, so just plaster the AC with bouse emblems and decals and name it Like a Bouse.
I mean, we know how it's pronounced. We know how it's supposed to be pronounced. And appropriately, we're repping the companies that rep us right now. I imagine we'll get decked out like a Formula One car by the end of this with all our friends.
Most likely. So yeah, here's our first slate of missions for Chapter 1, the first slate that you can actually choose from. So we got 2 of them: Destroy Artillery Installations and Grid 135 cleanup. So we're gonna do the artillery one first.
This is an open call from the Balaam Group, one of the corporate forces occupying Rubicon.
Attention, all independent mercenaries! This request comes from our affiliate.
I love this asshole. Oh, keep that in.
The Rubicon Liberation Front has deployed Baus artillery throughout the contaminated city. The city itself has no strategic value, but we cannot allow them to hinder expansion of the Coral Survey. Show us your ambition. Destroy the Liberation Front's artillery. Bonus pay will be awarded for destroying their MTs. We want the enemy weakened. Consider it an opportunity to prove yourself. Impress us, mercenaries!
So yeah, typical par for the course, first Armored Core mission, just to go out and further oppress the downtrodden.
The client doesn't care who does this job. As long as it gets done.
As long as it gets done, like a mouse. I like that they start you off with generic wet work mercenary missions to ease you into the fact that you may be doing some morally dubious things, and it's alright. It's what this world works on. It's how it functions for everyone, not just you.
Destroy all of the Rubicon Liberation Front's artillery placements.
So, this is another little section of the contaminated city that we haven't seen in. There's a lot of oil leaking out of all of these drums. Probably a really bad idea.
Oh!
It's fine. We're good.
So, you do happen to leave destruction in your wake in these games. You are a walking ecological disaster. I now see why the city was flooded in the last video. It was so that you could set a flaming trail like the fucking DeLorean in this one blazing through it.
Yep.
Holy shit, dude. I thought we lost the first mission we went on. Got me good, dude. I was about to make a joke about how your mech really needed a shower, but it turns out I was wrong.
I mean, yeah, no, like, unfortunately, yeah, an oil bath is not a good idea in a game like this, especially where you have, like, giant flaming jets that come out of your, not just your back, but your legs and your arms, too.
You are essentially wearing a mech Dead Space rig. You just have jets that come out of random points on your body to orient you in any direction. Like, this is the future. Just randomly having jets keep you upright. I bet your mech is experiencing so many G's that we're happy our guy is jelly.
Most likely, yeah, and it's, like, I do appreciate that, like, they actually, like, visually show that, like, on the mech, because, like, as the series has progressed, like, sort of, like, Prom has gotten a lot better at, like, sort of actually showing, like, the physicality and, like, just the inertia that these things, like, possess and are affected by.
Yeah, totally.
Because like in the original game, it was just more or less like sort of straight anime mecha, where it was just like, you know, big dumb robot just trouncing around the world map. Yeah. And then, like, once you start getting to, like, Armored Core 4, like, it feels like there's a little more weight to them, and then they kind of went overboard in Armored Core 5, where it feels like, okay, now they're too heavy. Like, they're basically like front mission mechs. And then I think they finally found the balance here in 6.
The balance. I agree with that. I agree that the best mech games give you maneuverability like this one does, while also letting you know that the mechs have that maneuverability and it is destructive that they do. It's not like flowing and graceful unless they make it designed to be. Like, for example, all your mechs are all rectangular and angular like cars are, where they're like very aerodynamic and meant to glide through the air. We haven't really encountered anything that's like rounded, circular. And if we do, we're fucked! It can move so much better than us if it's rounded.
Well, the good news is we will also be getting some rounded parts eventually, and you'll see the difference that they bring to our mobility.
Oh, it's awesome. It's really awesome. You know what's funny? This mission is so rote for a mercenary, we haven't even had to talk much about it. It's been so self-explanatory. That's what I like, is this is a great first mission that introduced me, a newbie, to Armored Core. Because, like, I didn't know what the fuck this world was about, but after this, I got it. I was like, alright, I'm kind of the baddies, but I'm having a lot of fun, so it doesn't matter.
Pretty much, yeah. So basically just, the general gist of the mission is just to stay away from the front end of all the big guns and do not get hit by any of them, or they'll, like you can see, sort of carve off massive chunks of your health.
Wait, you're telling me that From Software made an obstacle where an enemy was standing on a high building firing a large projectile at you and you needed to take cover?
Completely unheard of, I know.
Wow, huh. You really should edit in, like, the 500 times they've done it. It's okay, I'll get the footage.
So there we go, there's one mission done and in the bag.
Well done, Mercs. Well done. I gotta say, we're making Walter proud already. He won't be tugging on our leash anytime soon, if you know what I mean.
Yep. Although, we completely missed it, but I should probably note, just the gameplay-wise, I'll let the voicemail play first, but...
Yeah, you got mail, bud.
This is a notification from All Might, the mercenary support system.
Oh, hey, All Might.
Registration number RB23. Callsign, Raven. Your return to mercenary activities has been acknowledged. Restoring access to the parts shop.
Bro, you're in trouble with the cops.
Oh.
They know that you have taken someone's license and begun working again. What do you think they're going to do when they see your, absence of work in between certain days?
Don't worry about it. In the meanwhile, we're just gonna max out Raven's credit card at the part shop here.
He doesn't need it anymore, does he?
Yeah, no, he's fucking dead.
Where are we going? What are we gonna buy first?
Well, so we've got, burst rifles, assault rifles, the machine gun that we can get for the other arm, bazookas, pistol, piddly step-down dual missile launcher from our 4 missile launcher, a shield, and basically body parts we can get now. So there's like the regular Melander set. You've got new cores that we can get, some of them way out of our price range at the moment. And of course, we got arms, and then eventually we'll go through the legs, and then boosters, generators, and FCS.
Might I?
But anyway,
Might I?
Oh, yeah.
The body parts that we start off with here basically determine our starting mech's playstyle. We can go lightweight mech that can't support very heavy weapons, or heavyweight mech that can't move very fast but can carry dual machine guns. They let you pick right off the bat how heavy you want your mech to be, and how anime you want it to look.
Yep. And of course, if we fuck up and go basically too far in the hole, or basically blow all our money, we can easily turn around and sell all of our parts back to the part shop.
Yeah, so if you fuck up and go into negative
money,
money, then what happens is you end up selling your body to the augmentation program, and you have to start the whole game over at $0 and earn back all your money, but you get bonus perks that persist for the entire game. Am I thinking of the wrong one?
Yeah, no, that you're about 16 games too late for that. We've already sold ourselves basically to the medical community for augmentation, and we have the bonus perks.
So we can just replay missions infinitely for coams whenever we want then.
Yep. Yeah, the whole point of this plot is trying to sell ourselves back to the medical science community to undo all the shit that we had done to us because we went so far into debt.
And I like that, honestly, as a plot thread, because most of them start out with a take on the hero's journey, where you start off innocent and unknowing of the evils of the world. But the whole reason that Walter woke you up in the intro we saw is because you're so fucked up and weird that you don't care about what you're doing.
So speaking of fucked up shit, so these are the advanced tactics, I suppose, tutorials that we were going through now. So what we have access to here is one of the linear guns, which, as you can see, can either be just dumb-fired on its own or charged up. So you have to basically hold down the trigger button, let it charge for like a second or two, and then release the trigger button, and then it will basically fire off a single burst all at once that does massive stagger damage to the enemy, which then will allow you to basically break its ACS and inflict really intense follow-up damage to it as well.
Yeah, so here's my favorite weapon build set in the game. Basically, this tutorial shows it off, minus the body parts. The linear rifle is so useful, being able to charge it for long range, and then, I don't know, pepper enemies that are up close, like Crow's doing now. This game's got so many versatile weapons. There is, we will see it later on, a rifle that starts off as an assault rifle like this linear rifle, but if you hold down the trigger, it becomes automatic, so you can use it both ways. And it's like, hey FromSoft, why don't you give me all of my fantasies at once when it comes to mech combat? Why not? Come on. Hey, thanks, fellas. Living the dream.
Also, I just want to point out, I was locked onto the enemy behind that one. The guy in front moved into the line of fire and got hit by the bullet instead of the guy I was aiming for.
Everything. It's awesome. Everything uses ballistics in this game. When Crow's locked onto an enemy, if you take a look at that reticle right in the middle of the big circle, that is his AC's aim. That doesn't have anything to do with Crow. He's the big circle. The AC is the little circle. And you can see how it's jiggling around there. That's his AC locking onto the target. We have a stat that can change that, and it's really important. Almost as important as deflecting this guy's shots!
Yep.
What a cool mechanic!
So yeah, the shield you can use for a couple of seconds. So yeah, I just tank that one just to show you the difference in the damage that it does to you. But the shield is basically best used, like as the tutorial said, in the 1 or 2 seconds you have between like the alert going off about, okay, here comes big incoming fire, dumbass, and when it hits you. That's when the shield is such a cool mechanic. Like, there's so many weird uses, like deflecting missiles back at enemies or like at other targets. Like one time a cluster grenade was thrown at me and I deflected it into a smaller group and I felt like Leon S. Kennedy, the mech. So yeah, here's the only place where the linear rifle kind of falls apart is shielded enemies, and in comparison, the little machine gun that we had in the previous mission, basically, like, you might have noticed it did kind of shit damage in total, but it really rapidly filled up enemy ACS gauges.
Yeah, it could just destroy the shields outright and make them go away.
Yeah, so it's good for staggering enemies and then following up with a little more heavy-hitting weapons like missiles or another rifle that you might have attached.
Dongs is just right there between the cables, front and center in every shot. You have dongs. I mean, we went full Barbenheimer. The fad has faded now, and I'm okay with that because the time at which it lasted was perfect. It had a perfect era, Barbenheimer.
Yeah. To be fair, I just actually rewatched the Barbie movie last night, and you know what? Still good.
It's really good. Watch Barbie. I don't want to spoil any of Barbie for the viewers. I was going to make a reference to it, but I'm not going to. Just go watch it because it's a good subversion of everything that Barbie is.
Oh,
and it's got musical numbers that are actually funny. Oh, hey! Speaking of actually funny, oh, yes! Obligatum!
So,
my man! My woman! Whoever you are!
Yeah, so we got... This is actually a dual request, as you'll see. The part 2 is coming up in a second, so... First one was, just use linear rifles, and you'll see the second one after the briefing.
I'm excited.
Got a job for you, 621. It's an open call from the Arquebus Group, one of the extraplanetary corporate forces.
To all independent mercenaries, This request comes from Schneider of the Archibus Group.
Fucking nerd.
The operation will
You can
take
cut
place
that
in
one.
Grid 135, Southern Bellius. Your objective is to destroy an MT squad sent by Dafeng, a Balaam company, and a competitor. Grid 135 is a key foothold in Archibus's efforts to conduct a coral survey in the contaminated city. You, the independent mercenaries, are the key to maintaining our lead in the coral survey race. The Archibus Group looks forward to news of your success. Briefing over, and happy hunting.
I don't know if that's presumptuous of them, or if that's just them underestimating the enemy.
But anyway, so yeah, here is our full request. So basically, just do a mission with effectively the equivalent of sniper rifles. So in this, basically just, okay, nothing but linear rifles. No backup any whatsoever. So this is gonna be fun.
It's gonna hurt 621's forearms. Gonna get that bicep exercise in. You decided to dual-wield linear rifles for the sniping mission, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing is, those weapons do have scopes on them. And 621 does seem to use them.
Commence mission.
It's just we
Wipe out the
can't.
Dafeng MT squad.
Because, like, yeah, that's the thing, it's like, the guns are basically, like, tethered to the AC, like, probably, like, electronically, so, like, yeah, the scopes are just sort of automatically fed into the FCS.
Maybe it's a Gypsy Danger thing, and like they're controlled by his brain, or he just thinks "gun" and it does. Because like he can only think in
Probably.
simple syllables because of the
They're just
mutagen thing.
mass-produced MTs.
Oh, no, yeah, he's basically just like the Iron Giant at this point.
And including being voiced by Vin Diesel. 621's
Also-
about family.
I mean, I'm 100% certain this game is probably going to end with 621 rocketing into space and just going, Superman, and saving all of Rubicon from God knows what.
I would love to see that edit immediately, but we'll have to wait until the end of the LP. Where the hell are you going? The mission is back there. What are you doing?
Well, you remember I pointed out that those big giant circle things in the last mission, so, like,
I do
hey,
remember.
so remember that this is where we came in, wasn't it? Also, hello?
We got company! I think!
621.
Look out, it's a bone wheel skeleton!
I was gonna say, well, you were worried about round things,
This guy's a living shield. I'm glad that you brought the weapon that's batting in shield.
yep. Oh, well, like, shooting it 50,000 times right in the face, basically takes care of that. But,
Get back to work, 621.
huh, that's odd.
What? Why? What? No analysis of the craft? No chime in from our handler about what that could have been? Just get back to work?
Yeah, really odd, especially the fact that, like, it was incredibly interested in the big giant crater that we basically blasted into this place when we fell from space.
To be fair, one of the first rules of urban exploring is take nothing, leave only footprints. And look at what you did. You left behind so much destruction. I bet that is some kind of official, like, Rubicon 3 construction bot that's just so mad about how much you broke the ceiling there.
God, I really hope that's not the PCA, because I do not want to piss those folks off yet.
Hey, JoJo's bizarre request over here. Thanks for the linear rifles, bro. Obligatum and JoJo.
So yeah, they seem to be doing mildly decent so far, although there's quite a lot of shield dudes in this this mission.
This is already really fun. Because under normal circumstances, this mission would be over already after he decimated these idiots in one hit. But notice what's happening to his shots. They are cinematically deflecting in a cool way.
Although, it does show off that, like, yeah, there are weaknesses in this game, like, on, like, for weapons and equipment and stuff, but they can be overcome in certain ways. Like, you notice how, like, I charged up both linear rifles at the same time and then fired them off one after the other, so the first one just physically staggered it back, and then the second did enough to break its ACS to allow for follow-up hits.
I was right. The janitors are here.
Yep.
Alright, here's something you just did that I like a lot, that I did a lot when I played. Linear rifles, again, being my favorite weapon. You hover in the air for a second when you're charging the shot and firing. So it gives you time to recover your flight. I use that a lot to hover in the air and hit stuff without having to land.
Yeah.
So what are these? Well, I've seen these in like one mission. What are they?
They're just sort of like floating drone copters, I guess.
Dafeng are jerks. Dafeng need to know their territory.
The squad has been eliminated. That's it for this job, 621. Return
Also,
to base.
that was a weird name drop at the end there.
They're just trying to throw their fellow corporations under the bus.
So who the hell names their kid Michigan?
That's the name of a person? That's someone named their child Michigan? Next you're going to tell me there's someone in this universe named Thumb.
God, wouldn't that be dumb?
Ha, very good. You've got Raven.
Registration number RB23. Callsign, Raven. Your records have been updated. You have also been granted access to participate in the log hunt program. We kindly request that you submit combat logs after destroying designated craft. Allmind will reward you with parts based on the number of submissions you provide.
You got a deal, lady.
I know, like, where do I sign? Is it part of the EULA?
Yep, I give you my data, you give me parts? Sure.
One of those things where it's like, hey, if I'm hooked up to the Ethernet around here anyway, I might as well.
Yeah, just get all the swag that you can while you can.
Very cyberpunk of you, Crow. Very cyberpunk. Living large.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, speaking of living large targets incoming.
Got a job for you, 621. The Balaam Group sent a request.
For some reason, they like you.
This request comes from Dafeng, one of our affiliates.
Wait, weren't you just beating up Dafeng?
The group has
Don't worry
committed
about
to
it.
use military force to handle the
I
Rubicon
love this game.
Liberation Front. Target for this mission is a squad of transport choppers. Destroy them. You'll encounter guerrilla resistance from Baus mass-produced MTs. They're no great concern. You performed adequately in your last sortie, Raven. This did not go unnoticed. We
Our
will be
last
watching
sortie
with
for you
interest to
or
see
against
what
you?
bring to the team.
Now, this is something that you and I discussed quite a bit while we were both playing this game that I like a lot. Anyone will hire you, as evidenced by this mission, compared to what we just did. Hey, if you've got the money to hire Raven,
Now
Raven
they're asking
will work
for you by
for
name.
you.
Yep.
Keep building your rep.
Yep. Have gun, have no personality, will travel.
And that is why I like this game, is because I like dark sci-fi. I like cyberpunk, where your entire reputation is your personality, where building your reputation is your main goal in life because you know that it's transient. It's going away soon.
We're under attack. The corporate merc.
So yeah, we got some big targets, so time to bring out some big guns.
No challenge
So,
for this
no-
one?
Nope. This is one of our freebies, so I figured let's show off some more of the armament. So we've got
Confirmed.
a big
Transport
giant
chopper
pink
down.
party bazooka on our
Keep at it,
right arm,
621.
and the golden gun on our left hand.
Sick, dude. Oh, I mean, they don't stand a chance. That thing really is the golden gun against those little dudes.
Our supply.
I like these missions because sometimes they feel like a power trip until you come up against one of those log hunt enemies that was mentioned. Like, they serve as mini-bosses almost to say, hey, don't get too comfortable.
Yeah.
It's really wonderful how log hunt enemies are such a subtle addition. Because often they're out of the way. But then they'll put one right in front of you, and it's like, guess what, bucko? your golden gun is gonna need a headshot. I like the fireworks cannon on your right arm, though.
Oh, thank you, yeah.
I mean, it's great for direct hits after you stumble enemies. Have we talked about that yet?
A little bit, but yeah, this is definitely a mission where you'll see a lot of that in action, where you use the handgun to build up the stagger meter, and then you use the grenade launcher to go for the kill shot. If it's needed.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That was my tactic. Is I would use my shotguns for my revolvers to build up stagger, and when they couldn't move,
on to the next targets.
it was really cruel of me. I'm a real war criminal, honestly. Like, I'm the guy that dropped the white phosphorus. I wish I was voiced by Nolan North.
I mean, I was there for that stream when you did it. So.
Boy, it was awesome, wasn't it? I was so mad. Oh, that was one of my highlights.
That was day 2. That was after the white phosphorus, when you got mad because we just wouldn't shut the fuck up about like chocolate and shit.
It sounded so delicious. It sounded so good. High Tie and Liquid
Meanwhile, you're
just had such good ideas.
Meanwhile, you're just like trying to get through this like just insane swarm of enemies, and you're just going progressively crazier, like in real time.
Yeah,
and
really living the experience of Spec Ops: The Line in real time. And I gotta say, you're doing about the same to this Tetrapod. Our fucking practice earlier paid off completely. Check it out. But we knew to back off, and so we didn't take 1,000 more damage up close.
And of course, as you can see, this thing has a laser blade, which, it's basically deadly at any range. So, try not to get hit by the main cannon. Try not to get hit by the laser blade. So just keep moving and try to stay in the air and out of melee range. The good news is that you can see it's got a long wind-up to its swing, so you can dodge it, but just try not to dodge into it.
It's a brilliant fight. Because it's optional.
How are you?
I love that NPC.
You're unnatural.
And she's all over the game too, so...
Earlier on in this video, I talked about how this game has divergent dialogue, and that's one of the earliest examples I found, where if you run past that character and just destroy the helicopters, you beat the mission, and she calls you a coward, picking through the wreckage of Rubicon.
Well, you're actually psychic, because we're gonna see that in a second. So yeah, but before we go to the stat screen, so here is exactly what he was talking about. So if you decide to just, fuck that noise, I'm not gonna fight a goddamn fucking tetrapod, just, destroy the targets, and that will clear the mission.
Shows what I know about video editing, I suppose. But it's wonderful that that's still a completely valid way to finish the mission. I love it so much.
Of course, get a couple of pot shots in just as a way to say goodbye.
That's Darth 621 over there.
Yeah, we're on the dark side path in this run.
That is an interesting looking location over there that you just flew over to. That'd make a good location for a really one-sided boss fight against some poor chump who didn't deserve it.
Yeah, oh, wouldn't that just be shitty, huh?
Yeah, but the good news is, you are one up on the log hunt now, my friend, because you went extra murderous.
One new message.
Voicemail from Allmind on that one.
I see you're back, 621. The Corps see the Liberation Front as a hindrance to expanding their coral survey. But to the Rubiconians, your actions are only helping the Corps with their invasion. It's just a job, 621. All of it.
Yeah, don't grow a conscience on me or anything now.
For the love of God, stay detached. You don't want to know what happened to the other 620.
Well, we saw what happened to 3 of them earlier.
The other 617 or 18. Actually, wait, we're gonna get a great example right now of what happened to those who weren't ready like we are.
Oh god, are we ever.
What the hell is that?
Got a job for you, 621. It's an open call from the Arquebus Group.
To all independent mercenaries, this request comes from Schneider of the Arquebus Group. Dafeng, one of our adversaries allied with Balaam, has introduced a new tester AC. It's a sample model from an external architect, featuring extensive assembly optimizations. In the hands of an experienced pilot, it will pose a threat far too great to ignore. This brings me to the request. Intercept delivery of the tester AC and destroy it. The Arquebus Group looks forward to news of your success.
I love it. We
Briefing
don't
over.
want it, and we don't want
Happy
them to have
hunting.
it.
So yeah, this brings us to basically the centerpiece
Oh,
request.
shit! You got a gunpla!
Yeah.
I see you went to Tokyo.
Yeah. So thank you to Godna for providing the share code for this Gundam AC, and to Vilcassus for also suggesting just use some Gundam shit. So like, I don't know any goddamn thing about Gundam, so I'm gonna assume this is from G Gundam. Again, I don't give a shit.
I grew
but
up with Gundam. That's
yeah,
so
we're gonna.
close. That's so good. That's so accurate. That's so good what you're able to do with the parts of this game. That took me by complete surprise. Well done. No editing at all. Just complete jump cut straight to it from that fucking dong's ass Barbie. Oh, this is gonna feel real bad what we're about to do with this thing.
Because
Look at
yeah, we're
it.
using basically endgame parts against that poor boy. Like this is like, we are in villain territory. This is just straight up a murder that's gonna happen here, folks.
You were lying. We went to the dark side. He's got fucking 32 missiles on his left side. He has 32 missiles.
So yeah, watch how fast this mission goes with this amount of parts.
Fuck, dude, I'm gonna die. Oh, I had such a bad day. This made me feel so much better. This poor asshole. Bro, he just wanted his pilot's license.
Well, too bad he's getting something else completely. Oh.
42 minutes of build-up. It was worth it. Fuck that loser.
So yeah, like, this mission has become a meme in the Armored Core community for not just, again, the poor pilot that you absolutely murder like a fucking baby seal, but for the fact that you can kill him so quickly, you can grind him for like tens, hundreds of thousands of Koam in very quick succession.
There's a fucking Kotaku article about how people were giving him a name. Oh, what was it? Because he was such a loser.
It was Yamcha. So basically, yeah, the smoking crater of a poor dipshit.
I want to see Yamcha fan art of it. Oh my god, we're a menace, dude. That was so fucking funny.
Handler Walter.
Wait, Michigan.
Your hound's been up in my
The
business.
whole
I'm surprised
state?
you'd even dare to call. Michigan, about my proposal. Yeah, you sure about that? I'll be working your hound just as hard as any other red gun. Gen 4s can be emotionally withdrawn. They need a shot in the arm every now and then.
They need a shot in the
And you
Gundam.
got a deal. I'll send Volton Iguazu.
Iguazu?
He'll give your latest hound a proper red gun welcome.
Oh, sweet, we're gonna make new friends.
Honestly, I'm excited. It's getting lonely here on Rubicon, given that we're wiping out all the competition. Wow. My cheeks are red after that one. I'm sweating. Holy hell. That was amazing.
621.
Oh, I'm so glad you liked it.
See you downed.
Holy shit, dude. That was way crazy shit overkill. What the fuck is wrong with you?
They're Balaam's main force, and its members are no amateurs. Remember who you're messing
Walter, I have a
with.
fucking Gundam. I don't give a shit about the red guns.
You're right. Like, I mean, we are going to go from Red Gundam to Red Gun next time. I look forward to it, dude. This is rad.